Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, September 15, 2020. And today we're going to start working on Module 3, Lesson number 1. I am very excited because this is one of my favorite modules, boys and girls. Let's talk about your daily goal. Your goal is to make sure you submit your assignment and wait that you score an 85 or higher in that assignment. Your materials for today: you need a pencil and a piece of paper or your spiral, book number 2 and book number 3. You will need book number 2 for right now, and you will need and book number 2 for the class. Let's review our daily expectations. Make sure you're always sitting tall. You have all your materials ready in park. That you actively participate by doing your work. That you always check the channels and the videos for any clarifying questions you may have. That you raise your hand using the hand icon. That you always stay on mute. Only unmute yourself when you call on or you have a question and we tell you to unmute yourself. And don't forget, after being a writer, you log in to Hotspot and you complete 2 lessons a day, boys and girls. Let me tell you why I'm super excited. Because by the end of today's lesson, we're going to be able to bundle and count ones, tens, and hundreds to 1,000. Your turn to read the objective. Yes, we're going to bundle. Let's find out all those keywords that we need to learn in this. Let's talk about the key points. What are the words that we're looking for in the lesson and the words that we need to learn? Well, the first one, it's place value, boys and girls. And place value is the value of the digits in each number. Now, there's different values. So let's start with the ones place. The ones place is in this digit, boys and girls. And it means it has only ones. Now, the next keyword, it's 10th place. And the 10th place in this number, in 576, the 7, it's in the 10th place. And the value of 70 equals this. The value of 7/10 is 70. Now, the next unit that we're going to talk about is the hundredths place. And the number 576, the hundredths place is the 5. And the value of that 5 is equal to 500. And then we have the word thousand. 1,000, boys and girls. This next word is super important in this module, and you're going to hear it a lot from here until the end of 2nd grade. The word is bundling or grouping. And what does bundling mean? Well, bundling means that you put small units together to make a larger one. Let me tell you what that means. Let me give you an example. Well, I have 10 ones together. If I put 10 ones together, I bundle them and they make 1 10. Now that I have a 10, if I have 10 tens together, I bundle them and they make 100. They make 100, boys and girls. Now I have 1,000 boys and girls, and when I bundle them, when I put them together, they make 1,000. So now let's talk about the key points. What steps do we need to follow today to make sure we're successful? Well, the first thing that we need to do is draw the place value chart. Key point number 2 is label the place value chart. And key point number 3 is draw models. So what I want you to do now is I'm going to give you 10 seconds to open book number 2. And you're going to open book number 2 to page 111. 10 seconds to be on page 111. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. You should already be there. Thank you for being on page 111. This is where you should be. So what we're going to practice is writing the key points on the side. So the first thing that I write is key points. I write, you write, remember? Key points. Key point number 1 was draw, place, value, chart. And what I do, I write H for hundreds, T for tens, and O for ones. I draw the place value chart, boys and girls. That's the first key point. Now I'm going to tell you a little secret so you can remember how to write the place value chart. You can say hot taco ole. That means hundreds, tens, ones. So I drew the place value chart, and the step number 4 is label it. Label place value chart, which I kind of already did here. We're labeling with the H, the T, and the O. Hot taco ole, ones, tens, hundreds, tens, and ones. And the last step is we draw models. So today I am going to be giving you some numbers, and we're going to draw the model depending on the number that I give you. If I tell you that the number is 25, that means I would draw 5 ones, 1, 2. Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to watch a video together. Make sure you're sitting tall and you're really looking, because this is how this video is going to help us be very successful in the lesson.
Awesome slam dunk. What's the score? No, Libby, the game is not tied. They scored 6 points, which is the same as 6 ones. We scored 16 points, which is the same as 110 and 6 ones. What is place value? Numbers can be made up of just one digit. But numbers can have more than one digit too. The number 6 has only one digit. The number 16 has 2 digits, 1 and 6. Each digit in a number stands for a group. The value, or how much each digit stands for, depends on its place in the number. This is called place value. What are ones? Let's see. How many cubes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cubes. When you count things one by one, you count up by ones. When we write the number 9, it's in the ones place. Some numbers have more than one digit, like the number on my shirt. What are tens? When you combine 10 ones, you get a group of 10. On a 100 chart, each row has 10 ones. You can combine tens and ones to make a 2-digit number. Let's see. We've got one group of 10. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. So we have 15 cubes. The digit farthest to the right shows how many ones we have. 5 ones. The digit next to it shows how many groups of tens we have. One group of 10. You can show the number on a 100 chart too. That box has 64 crayons. That means there are 6 groups of 10 and 4 ones. So that's 64. You can show this number on a 100 chart. I've definitely seen numbers that have 3 digits. What are hundreds? When you combine 100 ones, you get a group of 100. Right, Yogi? You can also get 100 by combining 10 tens. Let's see. We have 1 group of 100, we have 3 groups of 10, and we have 8 ones. 100 plus 3 tens plus 8 ones equals 138 cubes. That puzzle has 375 pieces. That means there are 3 groups of 100, 7 groups of 10, and 5 ones. So that makes up 375. Yeah, it is a big number, but there are even bigger numbers. What are thousands? When you combine 1,001, you get a group of 1,000. 100 tens also equal 1,000. And 10 hundreds can make 1,000. We've got a group of 1,000, 2 groups of 100, 4 groups of 10, and we have 9 ones. So we have 1,249. Right, Moby. You put a comma between the thousands and hundreds place. I don't know if we'll ever score 1,249 points, Moby. It looks like we need a new scoreboard.
I love watching Bobby because we learn a lot. So we're going to continue with the learning now. I want you to get your spiral out because we're going to practice drawing some models of some numbers. Let's review some important information first. We learned that the largest unit we can make is 1,000. The next largest is 100. The next one is a 10. And the smallest is a 1. Today we work with 4 different units. So I'm going to teach you how to draw those units. For example, I want to write the number 3. How would I model that? Well, the first thing is that I would draw my place value chart. I will write the H, the T, and the O. Remember, I write, you write. I want to write the number 3. And if I want to write the 3, I start with the ones and look how I draw the ones, boys and girls. What did you notice I did? Great answering. If you notice that for the ones, I drew circles, kiss your brain because that's absolutely right. Let's write another number. Now I want to write the number 2. I do the place value chart. I do the label them with the hundreds, tens, and ones. And now I want to draw the number 2. 1, 2. Last one that I want you to write now. This is your turn to do it. I want you to draw the number 8. Do it. First thing, draw the place value chart. And draw the number 8. 5 seconds. Here's what you should have. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Now we know how to draw the ones. Now I'm going to give you another number. The number is 23. That number is 23. Well, how would I draw the number 23? How would I model the number 23? The first thing is that I would draw the place value chart and label it. Drawing and label it is the same thing, boys and girls. I write the H, the T, and the O. Now I'm going to draw the model for the number 23. I'm going to even put the number right here. That digit tells me that I have 3 ones. And you learned earlier that 3 ones is the same as 3 dots. But how do I write the tens? Well, the tens, I would draw it with 2 lines. This tells me that I need to draw 2 lines. Look at this. Now, I want you to draw a new number. The new number that I want you to draw is the number 44. 44. Remember, first step is I draw the place value chart, which is 2 lines going down and 1 across. Then I label the place value chart with the hundreds, tens, and ones. Then I model. Let's look at the ones digit. How many ones do I have? 4. That tells me I draw 4 ones. Look at the tens digit. How many tens do I have? Yes, 4. Great job. Now let's draw the 4 tens. That tells me I draw 4 lines. Great job, boys and girls. Now I want you to do the next number by yourselves. I want you to draw the number. I actually want you to model the number 56. So write the number 56. Let's follow the first key point. Second key point is your turn to draw and model the number 56. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. And here's what you should have. I have 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have this correct, kiss your brain. Now that we already know how to do ones and tens, we're going to move on to the next unit, boys and girls, which is hundreds. I want to show you how we draw the number. So the number that I want to show you is the number 102. 102. These are the ones, these are the tens, and these are the hundreds. So first step, let's draw the place value chart. Second step is label the place value chart. We already know how to do the ones. We already know how to do the tens. Now let me show you how we do the hundreds. This digit 2 tells me I have 2 ones. This digit 0 tells me I have no tens, so I leave it blank. and this is 100. And the way we model 100 is we make a little square, boys and girls, just like this. So this represents 102 in a model. This is 102 in numbers, boys and girls. Now, your turn to do the next one. I want you to write the number. This is the number I want you to model. I want you to model the number 341. I want you to model it. 10 seconds. And let's check your work. I first draw the place value chart and I label it hot chocolate, hundreds, tens, and ones. Then I'm gonna draw the ones. I have 1, 1, have 4 tens, and then I have 3 hundreds. This is how the number 341 looks when you model it. And this is how it looks. I want you to kiss your brain if you got it correct, boys and girls. So now that we solved this, I want you to put your spiral to the side. And I want us to come to the where we wrote the key points, to page 111. I'm going to wait a little bit. And I want you to write this. This is the legend. This is what we're going to remember. A little dot is the same thing as ones. A little line is the same thing as tens. And a box represents 100. Let me repeat that. When you want to draw or model the ones, you write a dot. When you want to draw or model the tens, you do a little line. And when you model hundreds, you make a little box, boys and girls. And the last thing that I want us to review and remember is something that Moby taught us. He told us that 10 ones is the same thing as 110. He also told us that 10 tens is the same thing as 100. Make sure that you write what I write, boys and girls. And he told us that 10 hundredths is the same thing as 1,000. When he was counting, when he said 10 ones, if you bundle the 10 ones, if you put them together, they make 110. When you put 10 tens together, when you combine it and bundle them, you make 100. And when you put 10 hundreds together, when you bundle them, they make 1,000, boys and girls. Okay, this is very important for the rest of the module, boys and girls. We need to remember those facts. If you enjoyed modeling numbers just like I did, we'll continue practicing in class. What I want you to do is open book number 3. You have 10 seconds to open book number 3. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So what you're gonna do today and you're gonna submit is you're gonna submit questions number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in page 83 and 84. So I had an amazing time today because we're gonna continue practicing using these skills to the rest of the lesson. So make sure you log into the live sessions at 12:55. So we can start at 1. I know the time here says 12:25, but it's actually at 12:55 because we have a video. We'll see you guys later. Thank you for your hard work. Bye, boys and girls.